Here, I can adjust that. Is that better? I can also like adjust where my microphone is at. Yay! Okay, that's good. That's good. So... I think I got just about everywhere. Awesome. Okay. So, we are working on pages of In Harmony. I usually do a page a week. I am doing 2 pages today because I was on vacation last week, so I want to do more pages than that this week. And I have a hot cocoa in here. I have a hot cocoa with me. It's very good. So, yeah, as you can see, I already got a little bit of it done, but I have to go in and clean up the line art a bit. So we will be doing that and just chilling. But yeah, how's everybody's New Year's? You guys partying, or are you guys just hanging out, or what? I was out with some friends earlier, and I decided since I wasn't going to be doing anything tonight, I would just go and do some streaming. Because I need to get these pages done. I've been too busy playing, I got Tears of the Kingdom for Christmas, so I've been way too busy playing that. So, yeah, but I figured that... Oh, I see what's wrong with it. Okay, hold on a second. I figured, like, it'd be fun to stream. I need to get into the habit of doing it some more. Hell yeah, what you playing? I need to also go onto gaming. I have to make my icon for, my Catherine stream. When I go start doing that. I'm hoping to maybe get through most of the game before school starts again. I have no idea how long it is, so... we will have to see. But, yeah. Very excited to play it. Very excited to stream it, and very excited to see what happens. Yeah, I kind of figured you were playing Persona 3. I need to get back to watching that Let's Play of it. I haven't had the time to. Especially since I've been out of town and I've also been too busy playing Tears of the Kingdom. That game is really fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I already played Breath of the Wild before anybody asks. I own both, so... I just feel like somebody's gonna ask me that question. Why is your hand like this? Why did I make your hand like this? Ma'am? Alright, that's a bit better. If you play one nightmare stage per stream in Catherine, it would take around 8 episodes. Okay. The DLC is hard and I'm playing on easy mode. Rip. I'm sorry. Babe, you gotta go full pro gamer. Get those gamer skills a working at it. You can do it. I believe in you. Why are you not cooperating with me, Lionheart? Cooperate with me today. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, exactly. You gotta get good. Get good at video games. Like me. Don't look at my Far Cry New Dawn Let's Play, or my Fallout Let's Play, or my Far Cry 5 Let's Play. I'm amazing at video games. I don't take criticism. Ah, jeez. I am very happy that these are the 2 pages that I'm on with streaming because, here, let me quickly pull up the other one. So the goal is to, I don't think I'm gonna finish both today, but the goal is to at least, like, start the second one. Like, this is the second page. So, it has, like, a lot of squares, but not a lot of backgrounds. The thing with this with at least the current scene that I'm working on, I'm like, this is like page 9, right? Yeah, it's page 9, and there's like a bunch of previous pages of chapter 3 that just have these, like, if you want to know how it's going, this is the first chapter in Harmony that I've done where I've had to make backgrounds on Blender. If that basically describes what I'm going through at the moment. I want to fix her glasses. Hold on a second. Like, why did I make her glasses? Just like, fix any of this. I really was being really lazy when I worked on the line art for that. I love vector layers. But sometimes... Okay, that's part of it. Alright, well, I want to put that there, because otherwise that's a tangent, and I don't like that. Yeah, like, the ending for Far Cry New Dawn is just, like, so unnecessarily hard. And I'm pretty sure they did that just to milk the playability of the game. Just be like, well, you spent, like, 3 hours on the final boss, so obviously Far Cry New Dawn had a lot of stuff to do. When you spend, like, 20% of the time playing the game trying to beat Ethan. Like, there's no reason for that to be hard. Like, the Joseph Seed fight didn't even take that much time when you beat him in Far Cry 5. But then again, they also probably have more time to work on Far Cry 5 than Far Cry New Dawn. Far Cry New Dawn definitely, feels like it needed to be worked on a little bit more. That's not to say that I didn't enjoy it. I had fun with it. But I definitely would not call it, like, my game of 20, was it 2019? 2019. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Anyway, how have you guys been? It's been like a hot moment since I streamed. Like, that's what, like, one of my big things I want to do more next year is stream more, and I'm hoping I could be able to do that because, like, now I at least have, like, something I can stream a lot. to work on. I mean, I technically could with this comic or with some of my other stuff, but like a lot of my art I had to record for videos. Um, and next semester is senior projects, so I'll be working on an animated film for like a majority of that semester. So, and I'm hoping to have a nice backlog of In Harmony pages so it can stay updating consistently through through the semester. Ah, it's so nice. I love comparing like edited line art with unedited line art. Like that difference is just so nice. It's so nice. But I'm hoping to stream more. Actually, let's work on Pacific first. Why did I not just give them their glasses? Why do I just be so lazy on my line art for this page? Why do I do this to myself? I'm blaming Tears of the Kingdom. Don't at me. I'm sorry, it's a lot of fun. I've been just so busy. I've just been so busy playing it because I'm like, that's another tangent. There, that's better. Gaze on screen, exactly. Yeah, guys, so you can kind of see it, on the cover of the screen, but, hey, since you guys are on screen, for those of you who I haven't shown it to, do you guys want to see, Tears of the Kingdom is very good. It's very good. But, do you guys want to see the cover for Chapter 3 of In Harmony? Do you guys want to see the cover of Chapter 3 of In Harmony? I think I'm gonna pull up the chapter cover, because it's already done. And this is the chapter cover. And the title drop for Chapter 3. I've had this done since, like, October, November-ish. But this is my cover for Chapter 3. And, ooh, a title drop. So, yeah, I did a painting. Just a very simple one. And it's very pretty. I had so much fun working on this one. I already made a short talking about my process for the chapter cover, so like I'll just leave it until that's posted. But we get to meet a new character in this chapter. So there's that. But this is the Chapter 3 cover. So, yeah! I hope you guys are excited for it, because I am. This is like, I'm like super excited to I'm super excited to finish this chapter. And I say that with all the love in my heart, because I need you guys to understand something. In Harmony is gonna be a long ass comic. It's gonna be so long. I've separated the story into seasons. If you want to know how long I plan on it to be, season 1, which is like the current main story arc, that technically doesn't really actually officially start until like chapter 4. That's kind of like what I start like the story arc for season 1 is really start up, because like I consider chapters 1 through 3 to be kind of like the setup for the whole story, which is basically the most important information that you need at the very moment for the story. And then, like, of course, more important shit happens later, because this is going to be a long comic. But season 1 is 11 chapters. I haven't fully outlined seasons 2 through 5 yet, because it's going to be a 5-season long comic. But that's mostly because I have all my like main points of like this happens in this season and this happens in the season like figured out. So I have the general layout of the story, and like this event happens before this event, and then this event happens before this event. But in terms of like this season has this many chapters and this season has this many chapters. I don't have that figured out yet. I have started a little bit on like making a full outline for season 2, but I've also kind of like taking my time with it a little bit and not like, because I already decided I have to go back to chapter 12 and like rewrite what happens in it, and mostly because I made some changes to later chapters of chapter 1. I mean, sorry, not chapter 1 of season 1. That I'm like, oh well, if I do this, then this won't work out at all, and this and that and whatever. So I have to go back and I have to fix it. So I'm not like, it's like on the list of priority stuff for In Harmony, it's like very low on the list. I'll probably worry more about it when I get closer to it, or at least when I have a better idea of like what stuff I want to happen, because season 2 especially compared to season 1, incredibly different from like season 1. Like season 1 is probably going to be like tonally the most like different chapter from the rest of the comics. I keep using chapter and season at the same time. Current season tonally is going to be a lot different from the rest of In Harmony. Like season 1 is very much going to be your like start of adventure monster of the week story, and then all this and then shit hits the fan for like another 4 seasons. And I am very excited to get to it. Like season 1 is like, oh, this is a fun adventure comic, and then season season seasons 2 through 5 are just like the kind of seasons that are going to get me regular messages of people being like, Daryl, what the fuck? Maybe just like listen. And if that tells you so much about like, at least me as a writer, of just like, I like torturing my little blurbos. But I mean, like, not to say that this comic is going to be doom and gloom, because I do have some like really fun stuff planned for later seasons. That's like not just like angst, because I do have a ton of angst planned for this. We're just not there yet. We're just not there yet. Judy, don't say anything, but we're just not there yet. But I'm also like excited for some of the fun stuff for this. Like chapter 3, for instance, is gonna be fun because it's like, one, I get to introduce a couple characters who I've sort of introduced in like just like in other videos, but I've never actually like had introduced in the comic officially. You'll get the angst eventually. But it'll also be like the chapter where like it's kind of like, I'm hoping that by the end of it, people will feel like the story is like finally starting. And if they don't feel like that at the end of chapter 3, then then hopefully they'll definitely feel like that by the time that chapter 4 ends, because chapter 4 is where I consider the start of like the season 1 storyline to be. And I think it's going to be really good. That's why I'm very excited for chapter 4. That one, I just finished the rough draft for the script, and like I'm doing a thing that I typically do for a lot of my writing, unless it's like a script for YouTube, because I don't really have the luxury of doing that, which is I don't look at it for a bit, and then when I'm ready to revisit it, I revisit it, and that way it's like a thing for your brain to do. Is like I could point out the stuff that doesn't work, or the stuff I thought was good at the moment, and now I have to fix it. So well, I mean, like here's the thing with In Harmony is like season 1 isn't very angsty at all. Like this is it. So there isn't going to the story. Okay, so I said In Harmony is going to be a really long comic, right? But in Harmony also, it has like a set cast of characters, and most of the story is followed through them. Like, I'm gonna have more people introduced throughout the comic and through different like seasons and stuff, and there's some characters who only show up in like one season and things like that. But like, most of the characters that were introduced are going to be a lot of the are like the only characters we really follow, which I hope won't be a bad thing if I'm not constantly introducing new characters. But that's because like there's shit going on, and I don't need to introduce like a new out of town antagonist every chapter. I got a pace, and I have a story, and I'm going to tell it. What just fell on the floor? Oh, it's my box. Yeah. Yeah. I think angst is really good when it's done well. Especially like because like I feel like a part of angst also is like the catharsis depending on like the storyline. Like, yeah, I could spend like for example, I could spend 5 seasons just fucking around with Joel and making Joel like super angsty. But it's much more interesting to like be like, yeah, let me give Joel some angst and then like do something like cathartic with that. Rather than just being like, oh well, Joel is going to be sad for most of this comic. And so like I find that much more interesting than just like being like constant sadness. Yay! And there's gonna be some sad season 1, guys, but it's nothing that's going to be like super like you'll understand. And like here's the worst part about starting a webcomic for people who have never started a webcomic. If you have a story idea and you love it so much, you are going to want to yap about your storyline to everyone. And there's some stuff that if you're somebody like me who I'm like, I don't mind spoiling some of the stuff that will happen in my comic to my friends unless they explicitly tell me not to because they want to wait for it to happen. Like, I'm fine with that. But I also really want to yap about the like stuff that I like keeping secret from people who are not close friends of mine. And it's very hard to explain it to people who are not close friends of mine and make it sound good without actually saying the thing. Like, I really wanna do that, but I also like there's some stuff in my comic that I very much want people's blind reaction to, and I'm also somebody who does not enjoy it when people promise something to happen and like a thing they're writing and then they change their minds when they finally get to it and write something different. And it's a weird like it's a weird like thing of mine because it's like it sets up an expectation, and it's not necessarily like a bad thing because sometimes those changes are better in my opinion, but like it sets up an expectation and I just don't find that very fun. Yeah. And I've been working on this story for some years now, and a lot of like the like changes I've made a lot of changes to the plot of this. Like for example, one of the ones I can talk about because it's not the case anymore is that this story originally was going to be a tragedy. It was going to be a tragedy. That concept only lasted like a week before I was like, this wouldn't work. This is not the story to be a tragedy. The story can't be a tragedy. Now, keep in mind, there are going to be some tragic stuff that happens in the story. As I said before, I do have some angsty stuff planned. But I'm hoping that the end of the story will leave people feeling. I'm going for cathartic. Like I'm not trying to make the end of the story like very dour. Is what I'm getting at. Why did I make your hand look like that? Let's fix your hand. Oh yeah, I also have, speaking of my comic, I also have a couple of things that are pretty cool. One of those things being that one of the things that I did one semester, which I think I did this in my spring semester this year, is I drew a bunch of character designs for students of the school that Pacific goes to, Wicca. I designed a bunch of the students of that school, and so now I'm drawing them for this, but like I'm only working on the one right now because this character. And we get some of their names in it, but these characters will be reoccurring. They're just not going to be like, unless like, again, I changed my mind, they're not going to be like super major characters, so if you can't remember all their names, that is completely fine. I think like only 3 of them get introduced by name in this chapter, but like this one, for example, she's on my little tab over here where I have my navigator. But oh, I just realized my banner's not on. Hold on a second. There we go. Turn that back on. Can you still see it though? Yeah, you can still see it. Okay. It just turned on my end. But her name is Ariana Medici, and she is a painting major. So that's the student that's here. But yeah, I have like a bunch of students like that. So like, you know, like, so there's Ariana Medici, and then there's another student named Mohammed Asim. Then there's Leo Horwitz, Destiny Trek, and Fable Fester, and then there's like a bunch of other different characters, but this is like just for this page. Like I designed like, I think like either 20 or 15 different characters for the school, and I'm gonna be designing more for later. At the moment, I just wanted to design enough that I could use them. I could like pick and grab characters for a chapter, and then when I have another chapter come up where I need like more characters, then I could just design more. Right, the wait, hold on, what major is Muhammad? Oh, he's a music major. Honestly, fanfic about Ariana and Muhammad trying to start a collab together, and they're trying to figure out how they can combine painting and music together. It becomes like some kind of like really weird installation art thing. I'm just making something up because I have the 2 of them standing right next to each other in my ref. He's not one of the characters that I'm drawing for this page, though. I know he's not in this page. Sorry, Mohammed, but you don't get to take ceramics this semester. Unless you're just, like, in a different class. I also have to do it for the professors. Like, I have a handful of professors who are, who do have names. Like this guy, for example. His name is Isaiah Wolf, and he is a 3D traditional arts professor, and he will be showing up a couple times. They shared a panel equals they are so in love. Absolutely. My favorite heterosexual couple. Hold on, what's this guy's pronouns? So with these characters, what I did with them is they don't have set personalities yet. I'm kind of like writing them on the fly because they're only background characters, but I specifically made designs for them So one, I don't have two on the spot, and two, because I don't know if people on the stream have ever been to an art school before, but people there have fashion. And when I'm designing characters like on the fly, they typically don't look that unique. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna pre-design these characters. Yeah, no, I figured you were talking about Mohammed and Ariana. Yeah, I have like no personality for like most of these characters. I have like at least for like this page, I kind of have a bit because this is like some of the students introducing themselves, and Ariana's one of them. It's Ariana, and then there's also another character. This one, her name is Lila. Lila Wellman, and she actually is like a sculpting major, so she is taking this class for major reasons. And then there's one more student. Let me find him. This guy right here. His name is Toby Cutter, and he is a music major. So he's probably taking this as an elective. Unless he too wants to join in on Ariana and Mohammed's painting music collab. Yeah, I think I explicitly have it where the professor is single, but I'll have to look on his sheet again. Because he does have a toy house. I made that for him recently. Like, I do have a couple of professors already planned. One of them actually, I talked about in my webcomic video that Ingrid was pulled from a previous project of mine called Monsternia. And I just pulled her from that comic and I put her in this one. I have actually two other characters from Monsternia that I pulled specifically to have them be professors. Their names are William and Isaac, and William is a general like education professor. He mostly teaches like science classes. And then there is his husband Isaac, who is like a drama professor. So he teaches a lot of the acting classes, and like that's like the thing with Wicca is Wicca originally was an acting school. It wasn't a college. And it was very focused on like performing arts and like singing and stuff. And it's still like that's still like its major concentration. So most students who go to the school are going because it's like a more affordable acting school than going to someplace like, I don't know, like, does Micah teach acting? I don't know if Micah teaches acting, but I'm thinking of like Micah, of SCAD, of Cal Arts, just like any other art, like any other. I don't know if Cal Arts has an acting program, but like I know SCAD has one. So it's very much like that. Like I have lore planned for this. I have lore for this college. It was founded on the premise of being a acting and singing school. It was not a college when it was founded, and then after some years, it became a school that the school like changed directions with like the stuff it offered, and it ended up becoming more of a like multimedia arts school. So it became like a general arts school, and then it became a college. So yeah, this little town has itself an art college specifically because the college was not originally a college. But them's the bricks. Okay, you. Oh, shit. Accidentally pulled out my navigator tab. Yay! Love to see it. Okay. Let's pull you out some more. I guess that's the best we can do. Okay. That's the one thing with like vector layers that is kind of annoying, is if I wanted to do glasses frames like this, then I have to go ahead and deal with the fact that it's either going to be constantly over or under other line art. That's like the one of the downsides of vector tools. Vector tools aren't perfect, but I still like swear by them. Like every way of doing line art is going to have its pros and cons. You just gotta find the one that works best for you. And if vector tools works best for you, good for you. And if they don't, well, good for you also. Take a sip from my cocoa. Ah. Love my cocoa. It's very good. Yeah, this is really late for the time that I usually do streams at. But that is because it's New Year's. I usually will do them earlier, but I figured because I kind of want to stay up for the New Year. I do. I have spiked cocoa, so I got it's not Bailey's, but it's like Brady's. It's like another Irish cream whiskey, and I got cocoa, and I made myself a cup of cocoa, and I spiked it because I like spiked cocoa. It's very delicious, very sweet. But I wanted to stream for New Year's. I wanna try to stay up. Depending on how tired I am, I might not, but who knows? We'll see. Yeah, I was thinking whether or not I wanted to do stream or not, but I also think it's a great excuse for me to finish these pages. Like, my goal at the very least is to get most of them done. Like, I'm fairly certain I can get this page done tonight. I don't think I'll be able to get the other page done tonight, but we'll see how that works. Okie dokie. I think the line art's done, at least for the characters. I actually do. I need to import something. Yeah, this page. Because I want to get another background layer in. I'm not going to bother with the bookshelf because Pacific will just be hiding it. to get like a little background going on. And then it's on 8. I love being lazy with my backgrounds when I can get away with it. Can't always do that, but when I can. Okay. And then anything else? Yeah. I want that one to be blank. Okay. So, huh, is this the song I'm thinking of? Yes, it is. Okay. So, fun fact about this song, in particular, is I was listening to this back to back with Time Machine by Autoheart, and I had like the weirdest, like perfectly timed remix in my head. I've never been able to recreate it since, and it makes me so upset. But if I was good at music, I totally would remix these songs together. It's a very good song. Here's the thing when you're drawing backgrounds with lines, is by adding a little bit of like line weight to them, and just like editing the line art a little bit, you can make them look a little bit more interesting than if you were just using the line tool for everything. I love using the line tool. The line tool is my friend. The line tool has never done anything wrong to me ever in its life, and I adore it for that. You just gotta pretty her up a little bit, and she will be your best friend. Just give her a little makeover. She needs to get pampered. She's gonna be your best friend. That's why you should treat the line tool nicely. Okay. So I typically like to start with this, but I also have to do this. There we go. Then where's my... Hold on, I wanna hide. Oh wait, shit, this goes up here. Okay. I wanna hide my this layer. And this layer. So then we invert it, expand it by 1, and that way, there we go. We have a base color for our characters. Actually, hers though, I'm going to need a cut. I forgot that she's on a different layer. Wait, no, I want to cut it, not copy it, and then paste it there. specific. Yeah, perfect. And now the color. Wait, oops. Ooh, wait, hold on. I had an idea for a thing. Wait, hold on. Let me cook. Let me cook. Yes. Okay, I really like that. What if, yes. Perfect. Wait. Yeah, no, I actually like it better without it. Awesome. Oh wait, I forgot their, let me fix something really quick. It's okay, kids. Sometimes even webcomic artists make mistakes in their art. I can name a couple webtoons right now, but I'm not going to because I'm a little nicer than that. Okay. She's a beautiful. And then... oh, I need to fix her eye. Okay, hold on a second. There we go. Not much to fix. So, I went to for the first time. So my best friend lives in a pretty cool area. He actually lives close to where I work, but like it's a bit out of the way from where I work. And he took us to this like claw machine place that opened up recently by where he lives. We ended up winning a couple things from the claw machines, but I ended up winning this like little statue of Dio, like little Dio figure from like JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, part 1 specifically. And he also ended up winning the exact same figure. So he gave me the figure because I'm giving it to my girlfriend, who is on stream right now. But I just think it was really funny that happened. And I think the next one is, yep, it's you, pretty lady. Wonder what your deal is. What's your deal, pretty lady? Where have we seen this character before? Hi. I always forget that he wears a lanyard. Hold on, I need to edit it in. Originally, I was gonna give Isaiah like a boring work shirt, but I want to make the art professors dress as fun as the students do. And I was also thinking about it, considering that I have one character who she hasn't shown up yet, but I have a character named Blanche who wears like a bright pink suit and is this like peppy go lucky like radio show host. Like she's the lady from the beginning of chapter 1 who's like talking about the news. And I'm like, think the other professors might have like at least sensible enough like art professor fashion. So I was like, what kind of personality does Isaiah have, and how would that work with his fashion? So I kind of wanted him to be like a little weird, not like weird in a bad way though, like weird in a fun way. So he gets to wear fun shirts. There he is. Look at that boy. Now onto the background. Why is it black and white? There we go. That's what I wanted. Sorry I'm being a little quiet. I think my family went to bed, so I'm trying not to be too loud. Yeah. I was out of town this weekend. Or, well, not this weekend, this week. I was in Virginia. I was visiting my family that lives there. And I had a lot of fun. It's also why I didn't get to work on A Page of Inharmony last week, so I'm doing it this week. I'm doing 2 pages this week. So this is the first one that I would have gotten done last week. And then I have that other page I showed earlier. That's gonna be the one for this week. Mostly because I don't want to have I want to have a nice sized backlog of pages for next semester in case I decide to take a hiatus from drawing pages, just so I can keep the comic updating for a bit. That way, when I run out of pages, I'm good. By the time I would run out of pages, I'd be good to go back to working on pages. So there wouldn't be a super, super long break. Oh, I forgot about the desk. Shit. Okay, hold on a second. Okay. Yeah, I think these are good. So we should be ready to start on shading. I think this is coming along fine. So this update should probably come around February. Which is like, wow, that's how far ahead I am. I'm like midway. I'm like on like midway through February updates. I probably won't be sticking this one on like the online schedulers I use, but it will at the very least be done, so I can worry about it. That could be a tomorrow Daryl problem. Because tomorrow Daryl does have some work they have to do, such as organizing my art for 2025, which I only start doing out of the new year. As well as doing some backup stuff. I have a new video coming out. I posted a storyboard a while ago for a cutout animation project, and I have a bunch of like my physical animation stuff I never posted publicly. So I'm going to be like spacing those out throughout January. I do have to re-upload one though, because I realized I downloaded the version without official credits, and I need to fix that. So, because I didn't, oh, okay, so the video I'm talking about was my stop motion animation final, which will be coming out later this month. I did it with a group of my classmates, and they told me they are fine with me uploading the video onto YouTube. So, there's that. And what I'll be doing is I will be uploading that onto YouTube, but I have to re-upload it because I will have to re-upload it because I forgot. I downloaded a version that was like the update before final credits are given version of it, because one of my group mates did the audio design for it. So I have to get that version that has like the credits on it, because the version I uploaded and scheduled on YouTube right now has it essentially said something along the lines of like what was it? It was like something along the lines of like credits go here when given or like missing credits here. And I didn't notice it until I was sharing it with family, and then I saw it and I was like, shit, I'm gonna have to fix that. Which I'm glad I caught it now. Because at the very least, like, I don't have to worry about like having to go through the process of like uploading it and then rewatching it later and realizing I uploaded the wrong version. But I still have to go upload the right version. So there's that. Yay! We love having to fix our mistakes. Oh boy. But that's okay. It'll work out in the end. I just have to like, you know, do the work. Having Pacific kind of shadowed out here because the focus is supposed to be on Jules. So, oh, character name drop. Whoa! I've talked about Jules on like at least one video on YouTube, so I'm not. She's not really a. Her thing are not really that much of a secret. Her and her issues, however, are a little bit different. She's got some stuff going on. What stuff, you may ask? That you will find out about in the comic. Hehehehe. Go read my webcomic if you haven't yet. In fact, actually no, because I do want people to stick around for the stream, but I was about to say, if you have not read my webcomic, why are you on my stream? Go read my webcomic. But no, I like the company. I am essentially spending New Year's alone. Well, I mean, my family's here, but like, you know, I'm pretty sure my mom has work, so she's not gonna exactly stay up all night. I, however, plan on at least staying up till midnight. Maybe get myself another cup of hot cocoa with Brady's in it. Bootleg Bailey's. I mean, it's not bad. So there's that. Like, it has that going for it. But yeah, this is Jules. Very excited for you guys to actually get to know her. Her stuff is really fun. The stuff she gets up to with the rest of the gang is really fun. It's a lot of good times all around. Remember how I said this comic does have angst in it? I don't know what you guys are talking about. Anyway, yeah. Oh yeah, I got some stuff planned for this comic. Can we know about the stuff planned for the comic? No. Sorry, you need the premium friend pass in order to get. I actually have kept like a lot of stuff. I do have planned secret. I think like for example, like the big twist in like season 2, I only like told one friend, and then like I'll also like ramble so much about my favorite character in this comic, which. One of the saddest things about season 1 is that they only really like show up twice in the whole comic. I mean, that's not entirely true, but like at least like at any point that has like significance to like what's happening at the moment, they only show up twice. So that's going to be very sad on my end, because I'm going to draw those scenes and I'm going to be like, I'm gonna miss you. I wish I gave you more of a role in this in this point of the story, but we gotta wait. Ah, someday, my sweet, sweet child. I think people know which character it is if you've followed me on other social medias, because I'm like whenever somebody's like, talk about your favorite OC, I'm like, can I talk to you about my mirror kid? I love them. They're my boy. Just holds them in my hands delicately like a little flower. Love them so much. I can't wait to get to their bullshit. It's gonna be great. Okie dokie. Well, this one's done, so now on to you guys. Hi, Ariana. Back again. Actually, no. I did make one mistake with designing this character. One is the name and the fact that I gave her a red color palette because, okay, so I don't know if you guys know about, because I've talked about this artist plenty of times, but if you guys don't know, there is a webcomic called Cast Off, and one of the main characters in this comic is a character who's also named Ariana. And this was not intentional with the character. I just picked like the first thing that came to head, and I didn't essentially like put. I'm trying to find a good enough picture. Hold on a second. Okay, well this is merch, so I'm just going to grab this one because it's the best one I could find. But so I just picked the first name that came to my head, and I had a color palette in mind for this character before I picked the name. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna name her Ariana, and then I was like, okay, I went on my like backlog of names, and I picked the last name that I liked that sounded all right with Ariana. Hence why this character's name is Ariana Medici. But Let me show you Ariana's design. Okay, so this is actually this is her she has a new outfit in the current part of like Cast Off. That was not intentional though. If anybody who does get bothered by it pointed out, I could just, I don't know, I guess I could just be all like, it's inspired, but no, it was not intentional. And I wasn't like thinking about that. But they're definitely two completely different characters. I already have my angry woman character, who already does all the Arianas look the same. I already have my angry blonde woman character, so, and her name is not Ariana. It's Deb. Her name is Deb, so, yeah, sorry Ariana, you don't get to be the angry blonde woman in this story. This one is too big. My Ariana is too busy painting and like being in the background to do anything. Yes, we love Deb in this house. Deb is great. I'm like so excited to write more stuff with her too. Like that's like the one thing I love with In Harmony is like there's not really a character I am not excited for. Even if it's like a character I made that I like detest, because I actually do have like a handful of those. It's like, you're awful and I hate you. I am so excited to get to your bullshit. It's like, these characters have shit going on. What's the shit that's going on? You're just gonna have to find out. Because apparently 3 chapters of webcomic is not enough to get there. Season 1 actually was longer. It was like 12 or 13 chapters originally, and I condensed it down to 11. For some reason, I thought it was 10 chapters, but then I was looking at my outline recently, and it turns out it was 11. And like, I even like went through it, and I was like, did I like in my head condense down another chapter and just like forgot to put it on my outline? But like, no. Apparently, I condensed like the storyline down enough to like 11 chapters, because originally it was 13, and I just like completely forgot that it was 13 at the beginning. Because I know I deleted 2 chapters from the season 1 storyline, because both of them had events in it that like I realized, like looking back on it as I was like figuring out like exactly when I want certain stuff to happen in chapters. I was like, oh well, this one event actually would work better if it happened early. It happened in this chapter, and this event is very slow, so let's merge it with like either like a previous chapter or a future chapter, and have that happen at this point instead. So yeah, I can't make season 1 any smaller than it is, otherwise the pacing would be horrendous. Technically, I could have done that with chapter 1, because chapter 1's only 25 pages. But I specifically made chapter 1 super short, because one of my things I wanted to do with my webcomic, whenever I like sell at shows and stuff, is I wanted chapter 1 to be a printable length, a reasonable printable length, and I could like sell copies of it at like cons and get people to read my webcomic. Though if like In Harmony ever became like a TV show, I absolutely would combine chapter 1 and 2 together. Like, no question about that. Like, pacing wise, it just works better as a pilot that way. But that's my reasoning to why chapter 1 is like that compared to chapter 2. I do have a page count for chapter 3. Chapter 3 is going to be 41 pages when it's done. unless something happens, because I'm still currently sketching pages of chapter 3. But currently it's 41 pages. Not drawn pages. Oh, I never actually did cell shading on that. I'll do that after I finish this. Not of drawn pages. I'm not done with drawing pages yet. But sorry, my ear just got really itchy all of a sudden. Yeah, I'm not finished drawing pages yet for chapter 3. I have like almost 30 pages sketched out. I tend to get like really far ahead on sketching pages for chapters. Because like once I finish sketching out a full chapter, I start sketching out the next chapter. So like when I get closer to the end of sketching pages for chapter 3, I'm probably gonna start editing chapter 4's script. Because that will get like a couple like rounds of editing before I'm satisfied with it enough to put it through the sketching process. But yeah, it's gonna be working on chapter 4 is going to be very interesting. Because chapter 4 is I keep talking about chapter 4 because I think of like all the chapters in season 1, it is like the one, it's the very first of like multiple chapters I'm excited for. But chapter 4 was one that's been living in my head for like a couple years now, ever since I decided certain storyline stuff. And so now that like I'm like so close to actually getting there, I'm like very excited for it. That one has a name too, but that one doesn't like the funny thing with chapter 4's name is chapter 4's name gives like nothing away about what actually happens in that chapter. Or like any kind of like alludement or whatever, however you pronounce it, to like stuff that's gonna happen in that chapter. Not like chapter 5, which I'm not gonna get. I have the titles for every chapter of season 1. Yeah, I have the chapter title for every chapter in season 1. Chapter 5 very much is like, once you know the title of chapter 5, you're gonna know exactly what it's gonna be about. Which I'm very excited for that. And chapter 3 actually hints a little bit at like some of the stuff that's gonna happen in chapter 5, so that's also gonna be kind of cool. Sometimes, it really depends. Hold on a second. What is this? Oh, is this part of this? Okay, I see. Figure out the problem. Crisis averted. We're at 9:49, so we're almost at New Year's. Okay, just gotta do shading on background and then we can get highlights done. Okay, here we go. Now onto... there we go. Once again, the liner tool is your friend. It never does anything wrong ever in its life. Oh, okay. I love doing lighting. And now underneath, we gotta get that hard light. That nice little sparkle. So one of my goals, like I talked about wanting to stream again next year, and a couple other my goals for like stuff on YouTube is one, I want to get my PNG tuber working. I already drawn it. I just haven't had the time to really like put it actually in and make it work. I'll have to mess around to figure out how to do that. But my bigger priority is to make a BRB screen and a starting soon screen, so that way people don't have to like just stare at whatever I have open whenever I'm playing stuff. Now that's gonna be a little difficult for when I'm playing a game if I have to go BRB, but I'm gonna see if I can like hotkey it so that way I don't even have to open up OBS to get it open. I don't have a Steam Deck, so... Or not a Steam Deck, sorry, a Stream Deck. So I'll have to figure out how to do that myself. Maybe that's why I should ask for my birthday next year. It's like, or this is like, what do you? It's like, if they're so hard to shop for, get me a stream deck. Get me a stream deck so I can make this, so I can stream. I know you're probably thinking, like, why are you adding these hard lights to this when you barely added any other shadows, but just trust the process. Because I'm going to do this. 1 second. Hell yeah. He's just kind of vibing. He's got his own thing going on. Okay. Now to go back doing highlights on Jules. Fun fact about this chapter, I had to write a lot of, like, the dialogue for this scene done a bit. I had to rewrite a couple times because there's a specific thing that happens in, like, the next page we're gonna work on in this one. But the dialogue was feeling really weird, so I had to rework it a bunch. But I'm satisfied with where it's at now, so hopefully you guys will be too when we get there. Yeah, it's about 10:05, so I don't think we're gonna finish the next page before the stream ends. But I do think we're definitely gonna be able to finish this page, so. Ooh, actually, since we're counting down to New Year's, I do have a new project I want to start next year that won't be a lot of work. It will be okay, it will be work, but it won't be like an excessive amount of work as much as something like when I started From the Clouded Eye last year. So, or like a webcomic. It's actually something for YouTube. So, I mean, I could talk about it a little bit. So, I want to do more stuff with my shorts. The problem with my shorts is I don't really have too many ideas other than like animation stuff for my shorts, but I don't want my animations to only be shorts. I want to like do like, full-sized videos, and I am working on some stuff that isn't my senior project. Um, that are shorts and some that are not shorts on the side. They're just not done yet. So I've been trying to think of like what I can do to make short videos because I can also post them on like TikTok as long as that's around still, and Instagram and things like that. And I was thinking because one of my issues that's been keeping me from doing um, as many podcast recommendation um, videos as I used to do is art and the lack of like ideas to draw stuff because I can always draw fan art for the shows I'm recommending, but sometimes I just have like zero idea of what I want to draw. And I know I want to draw for my next one. My next recommendation, I'm going to be talking about Rustico Gaming, but I had like an idea for something that would be cute to draw, so I'm going to draw that. But um, what I'm getting at is like I normally don't always have like ideas of like what to draw for those videos, and in the future with those videos I'll have more time to at least think about the art because like once I get to a point where like I catch up with my current list of shows I need to recommend, I'll be able to recommend shows like soon after I finish them on my first listen to. So that would be nice. And I caught up with the list a good amount while re-listening to Taz, because I did that for a couple months. But I still have quite a bit to recommend. And I'm re-listening to TMA right now, so I haven't even started anything new in quite a while. So, okay, so what does this have to do with the shorts? Well, I was thinking, because like I don't normally have ideas at the moment for stuff to draw, and I was kind of like thinking I was like something that would be really fun to do is maybe do like an art prompt series on like just like generate a prompt like maybe like once a week or once every other week. I haven't really decided yet, and make like a bunch of different prompts. But like I was like thinking more about it. It's like, okay, I can come up with a bunch of art prompts to draw, but like why not like make it, because here's my thing with like art is I like also making stuff a bit educational for like people here, either like new artists or like trying to get like, I like making challenging stuff. So I was thinking more about it and I was like, well, I can give art prompts, but like why not like make them like specifically focused? So like maybe one week's prompt is specifically about like doing studies, and like maybe I'll be like, I don't know, like what kind of car do you have? You're gonna draw that car. You're going to draw that car a bunch. You are going and like just like going on and on, just being like, um, do the like for example with this car example, just like you're gonna take this car, you're going to draw this car from memory. You're going to look up a reference of the car now. You're going to draw of that car again, but with the reference. Now you're gonna draw the car upside down or backwards or whatever, and just like prompts like that could work into like ways to build your ability to draw things, and like as like a fun way of encouraging people to like get out of their comfort zones and draw different stuff. And I think it would be fun, and it could be also something that I can go back on. and just be like, well, I need to draw something for like this next podcast recommendation, but I don't have any art ideas. I could just go, well, let me find a prompt that I submitted and draw something from there, but then also have the added benefit for other people and be like, well, the like have the added benefit for other people and just be like, oh, well, yeah, but you know, there are people who are having trouble coming up with stuff to draw can like pull from this as well. So that's what I was thinking. And my hope, and I don't want this taken as like a guarantee, because very easily could also just not happen, but I'm kind of hoping that maybe I could start posting these kind of videos in February and use like my time from like not being in school at the moment to just the overlay really does not change much, but whatever. Use my time of not being in school at the moment to go and like make these videos and maybe get like a huge backlog of them, or at least like a decent sized one. I wouldn't post them like super often, like maybe once a week at the most. I do have like a bunch of videos queued up all through January, hence why I'm not like I'm doing this next week, because I have a ton of stuff backlogged for January. But yeah, I don't know, what do you guys think? Just because like, because I was thinking about it, at least in like terms of like my own stuff. Okay, this one's really simple. There's not much going on. Like literally it's just there's nothing there, it's just speech bubbles, so we're going to get a bit creative with this one. Oh no, wait, that's a line. But I also think it would be like, because that's my thing is like with people getting into art, it's like you could tell somebody to do study and like be like draw natural things around you, but people might not enjoy that. So I was thinking it'd be really fun to just like make these videos that like anybody could get into them and like do some like and just like make some cool shit. And like I do want to make stuff that's like, if you have like OCs, you could do it too. So it doesn't have to be like studies. I used a study example, but like also like I was thinking of like maybe categorizing these prompts. So like 1 week's prompt is like a study. So like, you know, draw that car. But then like next week's prompt is like a funny scenario. So it's like so it's a way to like write so it's like a more of a like pseudo writing based prompt without specifically being like about writing. Which is just like you know, imagine this character got stuck on an island. Like imagine a character, they're stuck on an island. Like what did they do? You can imagine it with your own characters, you can make up a character. So So it gives you the option of like that, or like something like maybe a prompt is like a visual design prompt. So it's like imagine a room. Start putting like, I don't know, put something unique in this room. Put something dangerous in this room. Put something like oh God, I don't know. Put something dangerous in this room, and then put something not safe in this room. And now imagine the kind of person. Now continue designing the room, and imagine the person who lives in this place. What are they like? Are they somebody who's like naturally scared? Do they live alone? Do they live with people? Are they like a serial killer, or do they have issues? And like, you know, just using like those three basic like objects that you start off with in this like made up room, designing a space based off of like this imaginary character. And just like ways to like make people like think about like building and creating things that would be fun. And that's kind of like what the goal is. Let's take a shot at the ceiling. Hold on a second. There we go. It's a bit better. Let's redo this. But yeah, no. So that's like a plan of mine. What I want to do for shorts. So I'm hoping that'll be fun. Okay. And boom. Absolutely barely changes anything. Gotta love that brown overlay. Okay. Where's my sketchbook? Ooh, my neck. Holy shit. Ooh, that hurt. Okay. Let me find the page. Hold on, wait, I can actually check. I have exactly 26 pages for chapter 3 sketched. Of 41. Okay, let's get this dialogue in. But first... So, don't do this, but I do it. Because I'm smart and cool like that. But, don't do this. This is not good comic etiquette. I specifically only, do this just because this is just how I prefer to do it, so... Okay. Why am I suddenly having like most conscious about like how I spelled her name? At least her last name. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. And there we go, we're done. One whole page finished. That is one page down. We're gonna save it, and then we're gonna start on the next page. And we're probably not gonna finish it tonight because it's almost 11, but we can at least get started on it. Page 10. I just kind of realized that, like, with the angle that I have them sitting in, she actually would be more or less kind of positioned. Not that big though. More like this. So she's gonna be a little cut off, unlike the original one. But there's something I forgot to add on this one. If that's the case, then they'd be a little bigger. Woohoo! I actually might change this last panel here. Yeah. I have an idea for something. Hold on. Yeah, it's an idea for something that would actually match better with what's happening in this one up here. with that for now. Wow. About an hour until New Year's. So, guys got any resolutions? Mine is, survive. I'm graduating college next semester, so, hopefully do something with that. Even if it's not, like, the big thing. Just, like, you know, like, I want to feel like I'm living life as an adult. Sick of being in school. Which is an amazing thing to that's an amazing thing to proclaim, considering that I'm a college student, but like I would rather, you know, use my degree, do something with my degree. Have to see what's out there. Isaiah, why am I giving you such a round ass hand? Let's fix your hand. There, that's better. And of course, I do not need to be, again, forgetting that he wears a lanyard. Okay. Let me pull up that one-page reference again. Okay. This guy would not be here like that. At most, he probably would be here like... No, not like that. Like that. I don't even think he'd be in the shot. He's sitting pretty far away from Jules, so I don't think he is. Oh, by the way, you can't really see them in the navigation view because they're teeny tiny, but these are the students that were introduced in the last 3 pages. I think I was talking about them earlier. Wonder what they're talking about. Hello? Okay. I have to go take care of my dog. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Let's get back to work on this. See how much we can get done in half an hour. half an hour until the new year. Oh, we got the line art done for these ones. We'll be going back to finish him up, but for now, I do want to get some of the background stuff done. Okay, so it's just about midnight. I think I'm done with this for today. But we can sit around for the countdown. Okay. Let me just go find. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I'm looking for a countdown, but so far it just has this. So, okay, this is fine. But yeah, no, it's only 11:58, so a countdown. Sorry, my thing came back up. One minute. And then 30 seconds. 8, 27, 26, 25. I'm not counting them. Which is really funny because my clock also says it's 12 it's 12 a.m. But we'll do this countdown. 8. I mean, this is a stream, so 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Yay! It's the new year. Yeah. And that's gonna be the end of our stream. Thanks for joining me as I drew 1.5 comic pages. I know it was very quiet at the end, but I wasn't really sure if my family was up. We closed this. So yeah. Hope you guys have a good one, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!